Welcome to another lesson of Adobe Illustrator. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how you can make a graffiti t-shirt design for your t-shirt, okay? Well, first of all, you might think that this lesson is kind of complex, but it actually is not. So just stay with us and stay with this video and watch this video till the end so that you don't miss a step and you don't have to face any problems. And at the end of this lesson, you will be you will have the idea how you can make graffiti t-shirt design without taking any hassle or any problems. Okay, so first off, what you're going to do is going to be open up Adobe Illustrator. One thing you have to keep in mind that try using the newest version of Adobe Illustrator so that you don't face any problems later on, because the newer versions are going to contain a lot of bug fixes and also quite a lot of new tools. Okay, better than the previous ones. Okay, so as you can see that I have Adobe Illustrator open right on my screen. So first thing what I'm going to do is going to be making up a preset where I can add in my content. So what I'm going to do is not clicking on new file, but what I'm going to do is click on more preset. And obviously most of the time I use my custom preset, which has the width of 4500 pt and height to be 5400 pt. Keep the orientation to be portrait, artboard to be 1, so because I'm going to need 1 artboard, but if you want 2 artboard you can also do that. And keep this one to be points, okay? But if you want to do pixels, millimeter, centimeter, feet, inches, you can also do that, okay? That's going to be up to you. But you have to measure that, whichever type of content you're going to need, and then you will be able to add it. Then what you're going to do is keep the top, bottom, left, and right to be 0. And select the color mode to be CMYK, raster to be 300 ppi, and preview mode to be default, okay? And after you're done, what you're going to do is just click on create. After you're done creating it, you will see an interface like this will open up. And what you're going to do is going to be making up your type of content. Another thing you have to keep in mind that what you're going to do is click on Windows, click on Workspace, and try using this Essentials Classic, because you're going to see a lot more tools than the other ones, okay? You can see that in default it's going to be on Essentials. You can see that there are less tools over here and you have to go through each and every one of them to go through each and every tools. But I prefer using Essential Classic so that you are able to see a lot more tools and get hold of them easier. So first things first, what I'm going to do is obviously make a t-shirt graphic design or graffiti design. So I'm also going to show you a couple of these options or a couple of these designs on my web browser. So I'm on my web browser and search for graffiti t-shirt design. I'm going to go to image and I will see a couple of these options which I can make. So what I'm going to do is select on this, and you can see that this kind of looks like this, okay? So I'm going to try to make some contents like this, okay? But even if it's not, I'm going to try to make it beginner friendly so that you get most of the content, okay? So I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to cut this browser, and I'm going to go to AI right now, which is Adobe Illustrator. So first things first, I'm going to start adding my content by adding in a layer. So first thing I'm going to do is click on layers, and I'm going to add in a layer by clicking on this option, create new layer. I'm going to drag it to be down over here and select the target, okay? So this is going to be my target, which is going to be layer 2. Why I do this is because if you do all the formatting on one layer, so let's say you added a content or started working on first layer, okay? And if you face some problems, then all of the thing or all of the result will go to waste. But if you do problems on the second layer, you can also go back or revert itself back by going to layer 1 and then adding this content and also the content which you already added. So select on the layer, okay? Select, multiple layers if possible. So I'm going to click on layer now. First thing what I'm going to do is going to be adding in text. So I'm going to click on text over here. I'm going to click on here, and I'm going to do is change the PD to be, let's say, 1000. Hit on enter, and you can see that this is the type of content I'm going to make. So I'm going to cut it and add in the type of text you want to add. Let's say I'm going to add in learn to love, okay? Now as I've added my content, I'm gonna select all of it, and now I'm gonna keep it to be something like this, okay? I'm gonna select the tool, I'm gonna click it over here. I'm gonna do is select on the text again. I'm gonna keep it to be enter and enter over here. I'm gonna cut it a bit, and so it goes back a bit. Now I'm gonna do is, let's say I'm gonna change the font. Okay, now I'm gonna do is select on Mermaid Pro and select the one, sample, or select the text which you want to use. Okay, there are a couple of these, fonts which you're gonna already have, but if you want different type of ones, you can also download it and use them according to your desire. So I'm gonna go through them, each and every one of those, whichever one I want. Okay, you can see that they are going to look like that. You're also going to get, a couple of these, previews. So select the one which you're gonna need. Okay, let's say I'm gonna select on whichever one I'm gonna need. So I'm gonna go through each and every one of those. I'm gonna go down, 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 and see whichever one I need. So I don't want any of those which I saw, so I'm gonna go up and select the one which I already saw. Okay, I'm gonna select on this one. So I kind of like this, so I'm gonna use this one. Now I'm gonna do is make all of them to be capital. Okay, Learn. So I'm gonna do is select on this too. Control Z. I'm gonna cut it. So I'm gonna keep it to be something like this. Now, as all of them are done, what I'm going to do is going to be something different. Okay. So what I'm going to do is going to be, grouping each of them. So I'm going to do the select tool. All of them are grouped. I'm going to do is Control G. And next thing what I'm going to do is change the color to be like white. And I'm going to add in strokes. Okay. I'm going to add in strokes to be, let's say, 44. Hit on enter, and you can see it has been added. And if you want different type of strokes, you can also do that. Let's say I'm going to keep align strokes outside. If I want to do this, I can also do the bevel joint. I can select whichever type of stroke I want. But if you want to change the stroke, let's say I'm going to keep it to be, let's say, my bad, Control Z. I'm going to change the stroke to be, let's say, 77. Hit on enter. And you can see it looks a bit too thick. Okay, so I'm going to cut it again. I'm going to keep it to be 55. Hit on enter. Select whichever one you want. Okay, now as I'm done with it, I'm going to place it according to my desire. Now, as it is placed, what I'm going to do is turn this into, outlines. So what you're going to do is press on Control Shift and O, and they have been made into an outline. Okay, so you can make whichever type of content you want. Okay, first things first, what I'm going to do is make it into a graffiti. I'm going to click on each and every one of those. I'm going to click on over here and select the specific one and keep it to be over here. L. Select, double click on it. ARN. I'm going to select on N. You can also change it later on. I'm going to show it to you. LO. Okay, so that is how it's kind of going to look like, or place it according to your desire. So I'm going to do it a bit. I'm going to try to align it, okay, so that it doesn't look that bad. Okay, now I have my graffiti. So I'm going to do is select on all of those. I'm going to do is align it according to my desire. I'm going to do is Control G. And now as all of them are grouped, what I'm going to do is going to be changing it to wherever I want them to be. You can also see the pointer tool. You can also select them and keep it wherever you want. And now as they are done, now you can start adding in your content, okay? Or, however you want to edit them. If you want to add symbols, you can also do that. Click on symbols and select on the ones. Let's say I'm going to click it over here. But if you don't want them, you can also go back and change the color according to desire. Now, first things first, what I'm going to do is change the colors. So select on them, and let's say I want all of their colors. Okay, so I'm going to do is all of their colors to be specific. So I'm going to do is select on over here. Let's say I'm going to select on this. And now as it is done, what I'm going to do is going to be making a bit of gradient. So I'm going to select on them. I'm going to do is select on over here. Let's say I want the gradient to be something like, let's say I'm going to select this. Okay, but that is the outline. So I'm going to select on this, which is going to be a bit better. Now, the next thing what you can do is download some, contents or some graffiti, or also some elements which you can add in those. So if you want to do that, what you have to do is go to your web browser again. And from there, what you're going to do is search for AI graffiti, let's say vector. hit on enter, and it will like show you a couple of these websites. So I suggest you use FreePic, which is also a really good, like kind of like a very good, website you can actually use and download it for free. So you can also see free and premium, whichever one you want. You can also use each and every one of those. So from here, what I'm going to do is going to be downloading some, couple of these. So let's say I'm going to use or, download elements like these. Okay. So I'm going to do is select this, click on download. From here, you will see different type of files. So I'm going to click on AI, and it will take a bit of time to download it for a while, and then you can directly open it up so that you can actually use it. So I'm going to click on desktop. I'm going to click on save, and it has been downloaded. So I'm going to go to my PC where I can literally open it up. So if you want to add in those content, what you're going to do is download these type of files, and then what you're going to do is Control C and then paste it right over here. And after you're done, what you're going to do is select all of them, group them together, and then what you're going to do is just paste it on the t-shirt file, and that will be basically it on how you will be able to make a graffiti design for your t-shirt. So hope you guys like understood everything in this lesson, and eventually if you want to add in more contents or if you want to like format it more, what you're going to do is just use these tools which you have. Scallop tool, wrinkle tool, pucker tool, twirl tool, all of them are over here. So from here, I'm going to use crystal tool. What I'm going to do is use crystallize them, all of it, okay, according to my desire. Okay, I'm going to just run it over this, and you will see eventually it's going to crystallize in a bit, okay, and crystallize it according to your desire. Okay, so what you're going to do is also double click on it. Now let's say from here, I'm going to type in to be 200, okay, 200, and height also to be 200, okay. I hit on enter, and I'll be able to make more, densely made effects. Okay, so you can see that the effects are now changing. Okay, so you can see all of them are over here. So now after you're done, you will get a drip design, like, whichever type of you want. Okay, so as all of it is done, so hope you guys like understood everything and every steps. So just follow each of them, and after, at the end, you're gonna get the end result. And you can just put it on your t-shirt, and that will be basically it. So thank you for staying with us and watching this video.